that man!" he commanded, but his hand froze mid-air, twisted and withered like a dry branch. The lion emerged from the bush. The beast roared, and before the prophet could react, it attacked and killed him. Strangely, the lion did not devour the body, nor did it harm the donkey standing nearby. The story of the young prophet and the elder seer. In the ancient kingdom of Ijebu-Ode, there was a great unease. The king, Oba Jeroboamu, had built large Igbe shrines under the towering Iroko trees to worship gods of wood and stone. The people, fearful of offending their Oba, followed him in these practices, abandoning the worship of Olodumare, God, the Creator. One morning, a divine messenger, a young prophet from the hills of Oyo, received a command from Olodumare. His instructions were clear. Go to the king and speak against his altars. Declare that a future king, Josiah, will tear them down and cleanse the land. You must not eat, drink, or return the way you came. The prophet, a man of slender build but strong spirit, wrapped himself in a simple Aso-Ofi cloth and set out on his mission. The young prophet arrived at the king's shrine during a grand festival. Drummers beat their gong with intensity. Women danced in colorful Ankara, and the smell of roasted isu, yam, filled the air. Oba Jeroboamu stood at the shrine, leading sacrifices to a carved idol. The prophet stepped forward, raising his staff. His voice rang out like thunder. Hear the words of Olodumare. These altars you have built will be destroyed. A king named Josiah will rise and burn the bones of false priests upon them. As proof, this altar will break apart and its ashes will pour out. Before the king could respond, the altar cracked in two with a deafening sound. Ashes spilled like a river and the crowd gasped. In anger, Oba Jeroboamu stretched out his hand. Seize that man! He commanded, but his hand froze mid-air, twisted and withered like a dry branch. Prophet of Olodumare, forgive me, the king cried. Pray for me. The young prophet raised his hands to the heavens and called on Olodumare immediately. The king's hand was restored. Humbled, the Oba offered the prophet food, drink, and gifts. Stay in my palace tonight, the king said. Let me reward you for this mighty act. But the prophet refused. Even if you give me half of your kingdom, I would not eat or drink here. Olodumare has forbidden it. The young man turned and left, taking a different path as instructed. In a nearby village, an Agbalagba elder, who was also a prophet, heard of the young man's deeds. This elder seer, though once favored by Olodumare, had grown complacent. Envy stirred in his heart. Who is this boy that Olodumare has chosen over me? He muttered. The elder sent his sons to find the young prophet. They discovered him resting under a large ogede banana tree on the roadside. The elder then rode out on his donkey to meet him. Ekuseo, well done, young man, the elder greeted. Come to my house and eat. You must be hungry and thirsty after such a long journey. The young prophet shook his head. Ah, Baba, I cannot. Olodumare has commanded me not to eat or drink in this land. The elder seer's eyes narrowed. He leaned closer and whispered, I too am a prophet. An angel of Olodumare appeared to me last night, saying I should bring you to my home and give you food and water. Trusting the elder's word, the young prophet followed him to his compound. There, under the shade of palm trees, he ate amala with ewedu and drank cool water from a clay pot. But as they ate, the elder suddenly stood up, his voice trembling. Hear the words of Olodumare. Because you have disobeyed his command, you will not return home in peace. Your body will not be buried in the land of your fathers. The young prophet froze. Regret washed over him, but it was too late. The next morning, the young prophet set out for Oyo. As he walked through a forest, a lion emerged from the bush. The beast roared, and before the prophet could react, it attacked and killed him. Strangely, the lion did not devour the body, nor did it harm the donkey standing nearby. Both the lion and the donkey stood silently by the road, as though waiting for something. When words reached the elder seer, guilt consumed him. He saddled his donkey and rode to retrieve the body. With heavy hands, he buried the young prophet in his family tomb, mourning him as a faithful servant of Olodumare who had been deceived. The end. Lessons from the story. 1. Obedience to Olodumare's word. No matter the circumstances, his instructions must be followed. 2. Beware of false counsel. Not all who claim to hear from Olodumare speak the truth. 3. Consequences of disobedience. Even the chosen are not exempt from divine justice. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.